What's more important for your wealth? Is it to be lucky, or is it that you get money to begin with, initial capital? This was exactly what the two brothers of my story today were discussing while they were walking down a very ancient market down in Persia. So I read yesterday 1001 Nights, some of the stories there, and this story caught my attention. It was about the brothers Saad and Saadi. And they were walking down the market in Persia, and they were discussing, if you were to give 100 golden coins to a beggar or to some very poor man, would they be able to become rich and to sustain this wealth? So while they were walking, they actually met Hodja Hassan, who was knitting ropes for fishermen. So they thought, okay, this is a good example. They talked a little bit about him. They saw he was a good man, so they gave him 100 golden coins. Unfortunately, Hodja Hassan put these golden coins in his turban, the 99 of them. With one coin, he went and he bought a lot of food for his family. Unfortunately, while he was coming back from the market, an eagle dashed from above and picked up his turban, took it away and flew away. So when Saad and Saadi came back and asked Hodja Hassan what happened with the money, you've wasted it, and they got angry because they didn't believe him that an eagle could have taken the turban from his head. It was such an unbelievable story. But he seemed very genuine, so they gave him another chance. Saadi then gave him 100 coins and he said, okay, try it now again. We believe you. So what Hodja Hassan did was he put it in an old clay pot. He put 99 of the coins in an old clay pot at home that was not used, and it was covered with some old grain. And then he went to the market and again bought food for his family. When he came back, he met his wife, very happy. She had been tidying up, and he asked her, immediately asked her, where is the old pot? And she said, oh, well, there were some traders that passed by and I thought we were not using it anyway, so I sold it. He was devastated. A few months later, Saad and Sadiq come back again. And they, of course, don't believe Hodja Hassan about the happening, that this could be possible. For a second time in a row, he loses the money. So Saadi gives him a piece of tin and he says, okay, let this give you luck if you're so unlucky. If you're truthful of what you're saying, let this give you luck. The next day, the neighbor of the wife of the neighbor, who was a fisherman, comes by and says, do you by any chance have a piece of tin, because my husband is going fishing today and he needs tin to as bait. So do you have that? And so of course Hodja Hassan gave the tin that Saadi had given to him, and the wife says, in return for this we will give you the first fish my husband catches. So luckily enough, a few hours pass by and the fisherman comes back and gives a huge fish to Hodja Hassan, whose wife opens it, starts to clean it, and finds an amazing stone inside. The kids start playing with the stone because the whole family doesn't know what kind of a stone it is, but it's glittering a lot and they're having a lot of fun. The next day, the wife of the fisherman comes by. She asks, so what was this noise? You were having a lot of fun yesterday. So she sees this stone and she goes and tells the wife of the jeweler in the city, in the town where they were living. So the wife of the jeweler comes and she says, oh, I want to give you 50 silver coins for that. And at that time, Hodja Hassan starts to doubt and he starts rejecting all the offers. Then her husband, the jeweler, comes by and he starts offering 100, 200, 500. Hodja Hassan says, no. Eventually, he accepts to sell the stone, which he understands is very precious, for 10,000 golden coins. And he becomes extremely rich. He opens up a business where he has other people work for him and make ropes for fishing. He trades those ropes. He builds a huge palace for himself. He builds a villa. And a few months later, Saad and Saadi come back and they're wondering, where is Hodja Hassan? He's not in his old house anymore. So the neighbors tell him the story, and Saad and Saadi find Hodja Hassan. And he's like, oh, so after all, the money that we gave you worked for you. He said, no, actually, it was not the money that you gave me, it was the piece of tin. So they didn't believe him at first. And then he walked them around, and they enjoyed good food, and they enjoyed all the riches that Hodja Hassan had built for himself. And he decided to take him to his villa, where there were a lot of fruit trees, like hundreds of fruit trees, and his kids were playing there in the open. And at some point, one of the kids comes back and says, Daddy, look what I found. And he shows him an old turban. He said this was the nest of a bird that we found. And he says, oh, but this is my old turban. He immediately asks for scissors, opens it up, and sees the coins coming up from there. Then a few hours later, his wife says she bought in bulk some pots for whatever reason, and one of these pots turns out to be the pot that she had sold to a trader previously. So in the end, it turned out that Hodja Hassan was indeed not lying. Saadi and Saadi were very happy about it. But what is the morals of the story? Back in the day, people were always talking about morals of the story. Just a story wasn't told for the sake of it. Okay, so what happened? Is it luck that brought Hodja Hassan the money that he had, or is it a combination because of his entrepreneurship spirit that he anyhow had? Or is it the initial capital that this allowed for? I mean, it's all connected, but in the end, it was the tin, because he was clearly out of luck the first 2 times that he was given money. So it was the luck that played the major role in his success. And by the words of Kevin Trudeau, who had the series Your Wish is Your Command, luck is created, luck is not given. Luck is basically a combination of your mindset, your vibration, your emotions. It is what you create. It is your actions. It's not simply sitting around and waiting for something to hit you on the head, or winning from a lottery without even buying a ticket, or without having a strategy of how to do it. I mean, very few people do it, but that's such an exception. You can't rely on that. So yeah, morals of the story, luck is more important than initial capital. So do take care of your good moods, of your high vibration, of the way you think. Keep yourself uplifted, and luck will find you. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed this.